everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is January now and I haven't actually done a video for about 3 or 4 weeks, so I'm really sorry about that. I took a little bit of a break towards the end of last year, mainly because I wasn't really sure about the direction of my videos and stuff and the kind of videos I wanted to be putting out. And I think sometimes when you say I'm going to do 2 videos a week as well as do like 5 blog posts, it can be quite a lot of pressure on yourself, especially when all of my ideas are going onto my blog and I was a bit like so I took a bit of a break. I thought I'm not going to put things out there that I don't really want to, so I'm going to ease myself back in with 1 video a week from here on in for the time being. Sometimes there might be 2 depending on, I don't know, the kind of videos I want to do, but yeah, that's what's going to happen. Also, disclaimer, I'm really sorry if I sound like I have a really bad cold. That's because I have a bit of a runny nose and a sore throat and stuff, so I can hear it. The more I listen to myself, I'm like, oh, could have blown your nose before you started, but it doesn't matter. I've seen a lot of goals videos going around at the moment. There's been lots of resolutions, things like that, so I thought I'd kind of combine 2 things I'm really into at the moment, which are lots of books and setting myself some goals. I've seen a lot of kind of videos saying I want to get fit, I want to do this, but sometimes it's quite hard to set a goal with no real means of doing it. And also I did a huge clear out recently and I think I was Instagram storying it, and a couple of people were like, oh, what books have you got at the moment? Can you talk about some of the books you're loving? And I thought, oh, I've got a lot of books that kind of tie into my goals. So if a bit like me, you're struggling to kind of jump back into the new year, I thought I'd pick out some books that are really inspiring me at the moment and I hope will help me achieve the things I want to this year, and hopefully you too. So yeah, let's get going. So my first resolution is blog and YouTube related. I really want to kind of rejig my blog a little bit. I've had a few ideas of kind of a rebrand, which sounds far more drastic than it is. It's the same blog, just a bit shinier and new, and also rejigging this channel. I've had a few different ideas for videos, a little series which I'm hoping to start filming soon, which I'm very excited about, but sometimes with all those big ideas comes a place where you're just like, how do I even begin to execute any of these things? And you see people tweeting like, oh, I'm doing this, I've got this planned, and it can kind of feel a bit like, oh god, should I have big plans? Should I be doing these things? And it can be quite a lot of pressure on yourself. So here are a few books that I'm using to kind of inspire me in terms of blog and work. The first book, of course, is Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. If you haven't heard of this book before, where have you been? I have mentioned it before and I've seen it floating around on a lot of other channels and blogs. But this is amazing. It's the kind of book that you kind of have to go with a little bit. It can have some ideas which, I don't know, they're not obscure, but I think if you're a bit cynical, it might be a bit like, really? But I think when you really get into it and invest in it, it is so inspiring. The first time I read it, I was just like so immersed in it, and I could relate to it in a lot of ways. It has this theory where if you have an idea, it comes to you, you almost need to just take that idea and run with it before it kind of goes off to someone else. And although that does sound a bit airy-fairy when I say it out loud, and I know Joe will probably be like, what? It is really true. There are a lot of things that I've done in the past creatively that I thought that would be an amazing thing to do, and I've left it and I've left it, and then someone else goes and does it. And that happens with everything in life, it really does. But this is a really good book to kind of get into that mindset where you think, if you see something or think something, just go and get it, because I can get into a bit of a slump where I have these ideas and I'm like, oh, maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't be good, and then I leave it and then the time passes. So yeah, this is really, really good if you just want your mojo back a little bit, so I really recommend this. Another book I really recommend is How to Style Your Brand by Fiona Humberstone. If, like me, you are trying to rejig your blog a bit but you have no idea where to start, I have no graphic design experience, no coding experience, nothing like that, and this is a really amazing place if you are feeling a bit clueless. It tells you how to approach people, how to kind of get your design ideas together, know the direction you want to take things in. And I've not completely finished it, but as you can see there are lots of post-its in there with just ideas and things, and I'm really hoping to get through this almost as a bit of like a homework task every evening, like fill in the activities and really get inspired, and I really love this. It's a really good place to start. Another book I've been loving for kind of blog related things is Capture Your Style by Amy Song. This is very much more about Instagram, and I really love it, and I think it's got a lot of interesting and useful facts, but I think it's very much like if you really want to curate the perfect feed and really strategize that, and I think it's really useful in that sense because it's got some really beautiful pictures, and it is good to kind of, I don't know, rethink how you use Instagram perhaps as more of a business tool. And it is inspiring. She's got beautiful photography and I love her blog, but I have been flicking through this. I don't take everything totally kind of to heart, because I think if I did, I'd be like, oh god, I can't post that, I can't post that. But in terms of thinking, okay, Liv, should we try and, you know, tidy things up a little bit? This is a really good place to start. Obviously, you don't have to take everything for gospel kind of thing, but it is a really, really good place to start. Another 2 books I really wanted to mention because they made me laugh so much were 2 books my brother got me for Christmas. He obviously knows I'm thinking things through a bit with the blog, and he got me How to Get Started in Business with Office Cat and The Keys, which is hugely inspirational book. On the back it says, stay away from they, secure the bag, respect the code, believe in the hustle, and win 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 no matter what. So if you want something a little bit more go get 'em, this is it, I think. On to another goal now. Another thing I wanted to do this year was to just relax more. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I'm not very good at switching off, and I think a lot of people around me know that based on a couple of books I got for Christmas. So I thought I'd share those because I'm really, really keen to get stuck in. The first one is The Little Book of Hygge. I think I've nailed how to say that. So that's step 1. I've seen a lot of these floating around. Obviously, it's a really big trend, a big thing. It's obviously a really important way of life as well. It's not just a trend. I hate things like that when it's like wellness and mindfulness being trends. Like, it shouldn't be a trend. But I am really keen to read into this a little bit more. I don't just want to look at blog posts I've seen. It's like all people say is candles and blankets, because it's really way more than that. You don't want to kind of boil a lifestyle down to some candles and homeware, but I am really keen to get into this. I know it's a lot around relaxation and your space and your mindset, and yeah, I'm really, really keen to have a look at this. I also got from my best friend Gemma, who knows me very well, The Year of Cozy, which is by Adriana, who writes A Cozy Kitchen. And this book is absolutely beautiful. It's a really nice combination of like a recipe book with crafts, homeware, lifestyle things, and it's just a nice balance of all of those things. It's got different activities and things to do at different times of the year. Really great recipes for different seasons using seasonal produce, and like there's lots of different things. I know it'll be amazing when I have a home, because it's got things about like styling your home, Valentine's Day things, just absolutely everything, lunch prep. It's just a really, really gorgeous book. It looks like a really pretty coffee table book, but it's packed way more than just nice pictures. So yeah, absolutely love that. Another goal I have is to be a lot more organised with things in general in the new year. So whether that's things like the business side of things, so like accounts and taxes, or just keeping my room organised and my space organised. It really, really helps when you know where everything is. I mean, at the beginning of last year, one thing I did was I cleared my laptop. My laptop gets storage full pop-ups every single day, and it drives me mad. So I think getting organised is one of my biggest things, and the book that obviously you're going to know is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And I bought this last year. It had a real moment last year, and I absolutely swear by it. It is just so handy at kind of just reorganising. Obviously it's the clue's in the name, but when I first read it, I literally did a clear out of like 13 bin bags of things, so like old clothes, just things I'd held on to for years and years that I couldn't fathom why they were in my room still. But it really, really helped. I felt a lot like a weight had been lifted off my shoulder, a lot clearer about things. I think the phrase tidy space, tidy mind, or something like that is so, so true. So I think if you can start the new year with a clean slate, like even if it's just mentally, and have a clean space, it really helps you feel more organised. So I definitely recommend that. Lastly, another one of my goals is definitely to worry less. I think everyone says this, and everyone's like, I'm going to be more chilled, I'm going to be a zen me, but I am a serial worrier. I worry about everything, whether it's like, I don't know, whether someone likes me, whether I've said the right thing, whether I've done too much work, whether I can't switch off. I worry so much, and it's so bad. I think most of my problems are caused by worries that haven't even happened yet. So a few books I can definitely recommend are sitting next to me. So let's go. The first one's probably a bit of a jokey book, but it is, of course, The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving an F. And I really like this book. I don't know, it's a bit silly in the sense that every kind of other paragraph is just like, just don't give a shit. But it is really useful. I think sometimes it's just like, it's like someone sitting on your shoulder saying, why do you care about that? Like, does it really matter? And I think if you need that kind of gentle reminder every now and again, this is really good. Again, it's a bit of a novelty one, but I think anything that can help you chill out a bit more, not care about other people and just focus on you is good. So yeah, really love that. Another couple of books that I haven't actually tucked into fully yet, I've started both of them at different points, but I haven't quite finished them, are this one, which is by Gerard Kite, and it's called Everything You Need, You Have. And this is kind of about appreciating the things you actually have in your life and not always looking forward. I think one thing that we tend to do a lot, especially in this industry, is not appreciate necessarily what we have or what we're achieving when we're achieving it and looking for the next thing. And I'm really, really guilty of that. I don't really celebrate successes when they're there. I kind of think, oh, that was good, but I want to do this next. And I really, really want to just take more time to appreciate what I have going on and how lucky I am to be doing what I'm doing, and just being a bit more, I suppose, mindful about those things. And I've heard really, really good things about this book, especially with stuff and consumerism, and that's another thing, and definitely for another video, but I definitely want to be more mindful about what I'm buying and not necessarily kind of talking about shopping all the time, but how we can talk about the things that we have and stuff like that. So yeah, really excited to get stuck into that. The last book I have is Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. This is another hugely inspiring book that I've seen so many people talk about and endless good things, and apparently it's just meant to be, I'm just looking and seeing what it says, but it's just meant to be a real kind of cult inspirational book that you need on your bookshelf, and that is exactly what it is. I feel really bad that I've not properly read it yet, but because I've seen so many good things, I thought I'd pop it in here because, I don't know, it felt wrong to not include it, so yeah, definitely give that a go too. So there you have it. They are my kind of brief goals for the new year. Some books that I'm hoping I'm going to get through and inspire me, and I really hope they inspire you too. I'm really sorry I've been like kind of stuttery, a bit sniffly throughout the whole video. I've stopped on numerous occasions and, you know, had a nose blow and got back into it. So very typical kind of start to the new year video. I've got a cold, like, yeah, it's not a kind of fitness wellness video, it's just a sniffly like, oh, it's January video. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe. I've forgotten all those things, it's been so long. But yeah, and I will see you next time. Bye!